with Irish international rider Abi Lyle. Many of you will recognise Abi as a regular on the British dressage scene, from Premier Leagues to Young Horse forums, as well as on social media, where she shares her very real life experiences of day-to-day dressage duties. Abi, we're going to have a chat today about life away from the dressage arena, and I've got a handful of super fun quick-fire questions to ask you.
Cool, I'm ready.
Perfect. So I think we'll start somewhere a little bit sunnier. So if you are stranded on a desert island, you're allowed 3 possessions or items. What are they and why?
Okay, I'm going to copy Louis Theroux here, who I love, because I listened to him talk about this and he said something really good, which was you can get like 20,000 piece jigsaws.
Okay, yeah.
I'd go down that route for the boredom. Can I also say I'll be vain and say sunscreen?
A very sensible suggestion, yeah.
And then can I collectively say that the other thing is dogs? My dogs.
I think we'll aim at that. Yeah, I think that's absolutely.
Other than that, I can't. Yeah. I'm gonna have a jigsaw, some sunscreen, and my dogs. I'll be fine.
I like that. That's very cool. So less stranded on desert island, a little bit more normal. Winter or summer, and your favorite go-to holiday destination.
Okay, controversial. Winter. I just feel like with winter, are you asking what season I prefer in general?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like with winter, you know what you're gonna get, and you can be prepared. And I love a chilly night, you know, I love a brisk night. I like the dark nights. Maybe, there's something wrong with me, but yeah, I prefer winter, and I love a chunky knit, you know, a nice, and go to holiday destination. So can I say somewhere I've never been?
I think so, yeah. Why not?
Yeah, I'd love to go. I've never been to the Maldives, and I'd love to go to the Maldives. I think that looks like my kind of place.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you. So where shall we go next? Right, we'll bring it back home. You are going to be hosting a film and pizza night. 1, what's the film? And 2, what's the pizza?
This is such a good. These questions are great. Okay. Forrest Gump. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that's
Forrest Gump. All-time favorite movie. I don't think anyone can not enjoy Forrest Gump. It's got a bit of everything. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you know, you understand why life is like a box of chocolates. Now, what's the pizza? As in, are you asking what kind of pizza I would have, or what I would serve to the masses?
Ooh. You can go, there's a few of you there, no more than 6, or no more than just you at the moment. So 1 for yourself, and then 1 for some friends.
Okay. I'm a bit like when it comes to pizza, you've asked me about my specialist subject, I feel. But I'm very traditional. I don't like barbecue sauce on a pizza. I don't like spicy sauce on a pizza or spicy things on a pizza. I like it to be like back to the roots. So I only really like ham, or like my favorite type of pizza is the Lorraine, you know, ham and mushroom, or a bit of rocket as well. Take a bit of chicken on it, but I don't like to, for me, I don't like to mess it up with like barbecue sauce. No disrespect to those that do. So for that reason, I'd probably get one like that. Maybe, you know, like I'd get a ham and mushroom with a bit of rocket on, okay? And then I'd get, a prosciutto. Okay, I'm having prosciutto, mushroom, and rocket on one. Then I'm gonna get a good old margarita. You know,
can't go wrong with a margarita.
Can't go wrong. But then to appeal to the other folk, I'll get some kind of barbecue sauce chicken thing, because I know that is popular, but it's not my cup of tea. So yeah, that's what I'll be going for.
I think that's covering all bases there. I love it. That's really cool. So I think we'll stay on catering. We'll stay on food and drink. Just
okay.
Tea or coffee? Nice.
Tea. That was such a snap reaction, and I think I only said that because I'm sitting with tea. But then I thought about if I had Oh, because I don't think I could. I have a coffee every morning, and but I only have one. I have one proper coffee, then I have a decaf because I'm trying to not do that, and I don't know that I could cope without that. But then I couldn't live without tea. No, I was right the first time. You should always trust your first instinct. Tea.
Tea, wonderful. There we go. Okay. We'll go for something a little bit more serious. So it's been a tough year for many, many people. Most of us personally as well. It's not been easy. What's been your highlight, and can you take a particular learning from this year?
Oh my goodness, another great question. Okay, so I recently stepped 2 of my horses up to Inter 2. That's been my highlight because they're actually the first, like, well, one of them I've had since he was like 4 years old, only rising 4, so only backed really. So this is he's actually the first horse I've taken all the way to like that work, and then the other one was actually very much the same. He was young and green as well, so that's been my highlight. But it's so funny because that has really, the lockdown situations helped me with that, because I just didn't have to worry about going anywhere, competing. I was able to just train at my own pace and their own pace, and they've just stepped up to the mark. So that, like, taking them to their first Inter 2s and they're doing well at it, it was a huge highlight, probably of my whole career actually. So that's been an amazing thing. And to answer the question of what I've learned, it is probably to not let your riding be dictated by the shows. Train the horse and then go when you're ready. Yeah. I actually think is a little bit more where I would now approach things, whereas I always felt like I would see a show and think, oh, I want to go for that, try to get ready for that. I think it works for each person. I think actually you need a little mix of both, because sometimes, like, otherwise you could just never go anywhere and happily be in the indoor on your own forever. But I think for me to then just like I test rode so much more at home because I had to. And actually I found I test rode way more than I would when there was competitions going on all the time. So yeah, more test riding at home, and just let them tell you when they're ready to go to a show.
Wow, fantastic. That's really, really cool. We'll stick, it can be a horsey answer or a non-horsey answer. Do you have any superstitions, lucky charms, or maybe bad habits around competing or just life in general?
This is a great question, and I'm probably gonna like maybe not disappoint people, but it's a bit of a rare answer. No, because I've made myself not, because I think that actually I would get nervous, and I used to be that person that was like, I know if I get my stock tied correctly first time that I'm going to ride well, Yeah. You would think about things like that, or you'd be plaiting and you're like, oh, like the plaiting isn't going well, it's all going to go wrong. Or so I've tried to step away completely from that way of thinking, because I'm like, it actually, none of it matters. You've just got to get on and do it. So I don't let myself get superstitious or anything. And I find it really hard, because I'll always salute a magpie and things like that. But when it comes to getting ready for a show, I'm really like, no, don't think like that, because that doesn't matter. All that matters is you get on and you're focused and you ride at your best, and that you've prepared all you can. So no.
Wonderful. No, that's very, very good. So we're in November now. We are coming up to the festive season. I think it's a shame not to speak about Christmas. It's something to look forward to. So in your house with your family, do you have a go-to Christmas board game, and does it get very competitive?
We used to many years ago play Trivial Pursuit. Long time ago. And I do remember pieces being thrown. But that was a long time ago. And you know what? We don't ever do it anymore, and that's probably why. I literally can't remember the last time we did anything like that at Christmas. So yeah, well, that's probably why. I think I was like, like a kid, like I was maybe like 10 or 11. So yeah, it used to be that. but it doesn't happen anymore.
So, I can share that one. We're not allowed near the Monopoly set in my house. So
Really?
Oh yes, absolutely.
I mean, it will also, I mean, that's, you know, money's involved, so it's like,
Yeah, exactly.
it gets serious.
It does. Okay, right, what shall we end with? If you
I prepared an answer that I want you to ask me.
Okay, go on.
About the dinner party.
The dinner party. Okay, wonderful. Okay, let's do that one then. So
okay, I think I can remember. I made a list on my phone earlier. Okay, you asked the question. Sorry,
okay.
I'm excited.
Okay, so it's not the film and pizza night, but it is another dinner party.
The dogs have gone wild. Shh. Stop. Come here. Sorry. Come here. Wait, this will not work. Come here. Ugh. He always barks. It's so bad. Okay. Carry on. Sorry.
We're all missing being social. So who are you going to have as your dream dinner party guests in post-COVID times?
Post-COVID times. Okay, well, I do have a dead one, who's my first one. Always be Tupac. Tupac is my first, will always be my first choice. So I've got 8. And I gave this some thought. Tupac, Hosier, obviously, huge fan of his. And also, like, Tupac, because I would love to hear his insights on life. I'd love to know who shot him. I'd be like, who was it? Who's behind that barrel? You're bound to have seen. And he's my favorite rapper, and I feel like rappers don't rap about anything anymore. Hosier, I'm a massive fan. He's an activist. He's an amazing person. Mark Manson, who wrote, I can't say the book title, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Beat. He wrote that book, and it was a real game changer with me on how to deal with just anxieties in life. And it's such a great attitude. David Attenborough, for obvious, because he's just wonderful. Just would love to have him there. Carl, because Carl's great fun. How could you not have Carl there? And Isabel Verth. I have numerous reasons. I'd love to pick her brain. I'd love to ask her about her career and her life, but also I've seen her at shows and she looks like Bance. Like she's taking a drink and she's having a laugh, and you know, she's eating her food, and I just think she looks like she'd be fun to have around. So them, and that was it. I was up and down about Britney, you know, I love Britney Spears, obviously, but I don't know that she'd like to be there, you know, because she's a bit mad. So I'd do a one-on-one with her, and then that's who I would have at my dinner party.
That's very cool. This is sounding like a good party. So
I think it would be good. Maybe Mariah Carey or Celine Dion, you know, like a diva. Let's get a diva in there to just like mix it up a little bit. Someone like that as well. So yeah, that's my dinner party.
Fantastic. So I think we'll finish. We'll do one last question. If you can give our lovely members out there a little bit of advice for getting through the next few weeks on lockdown in England, what would it be?
Oh, would you like it to be equestrian based or like normal, like just life?
Either or.
This is a tough one because I think, because we've already been through it once, I think we already did the, like, you know, I did 1 million hair masks, and you know, I suppose it would be don't give up and use it again as more time for self-care and more time to think about what's important. If you can be with your family, that's what's most important at this time, and to look after yourself, especially coming up to Christmas, because we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know what kind of Christmas that we can have. So if you can just use this time to actually have a bit of R&R and look after yourself and get your Netflix on, keep working out as well, you know, keep doing, there's so much that you can do in the house. I think I work out every other day, have done for years, but I've been doing it off and app for years. So I think there's still so much you can do in the house, and you just don't give up hope. Like, it will be okay. It will be okay again. I'm just blindly believing that it will be okay again. So I think just stay, like, keep your head up, keep your chin up, and keep going, and it will be It will be okay again.
We love it. We love a bit of hope. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Abby. Thank you all for watching. We've got plenty more at-home interviews coming up over the next couple of weeks. So if you have a particular question or a rider that you'd like us to chat with, drop us a message, leave us a comment, or share your post with #BD@home.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for watching British Dressage at Home, the coffee break catch-up sessions. For more great stay-at-home content, interviews, advice and features, head to www.britishdressage.co.uk or find us on social media.